Motivation can simply be defined as a reason why there is a change of behavior and action from your side. Now that's a very, very simple definition. What motivates us? There are two ways. There is intrinsic motivation, that is internal motivation. There are things that is something which triggers just us. For example, it could be my love for learning that makes me motivated to learn, to know more. And there is external or extrinsic motivation, which is when someone around is saying, oh, well done, here you go, here is a recognition, or here's a promotion. So it could be very different from person to person, the kind of motivation that we are looking at. And some of the reasons why there has been a tremendous loss of motivation during this time is starting with identity crisis. Now, identity crisis is something which can happen to any of us. It doesn't matter whether we have been doing extremely well or we have not been doing extremely well. Because even for someone who has done extremely well, you might have been a straight A student, you might be having a great job, and all of a sudden, when this crisis comes, you find you don't have a job. You're not sure about what is lying ahead. Who are you? And right now, what are you in this larger frame of existence? It sounds quite frightening, but you're not alone. Because that is exactly what a crisis, a global crisis, can make you feel, which is a sense of loss or threat to our own identity. Anxiety. Now, I'm sure a lot of us have different types of anxieties. The two main types of anxiety. One is, of course, the anxiety of what is happening right now. That's a very direct and an anxiety which is happening, which has got a lot to do with what is around us. Number two is pathological anxiety, which is about what could happen tomorrow. It's about the unknown. Now, those two anxieties can cause a lot of fear in our hearts. So being conscious of the level of anxiety in your life is very, very crucial for us to face and overcome a crisis. The lack of job security and stagnation, which comes along with the identity. Yes, indeed. That's also very real, and that's also a reason that could make us feel extremely anxious. And of course, distractions. Now, when I talk about distractions, I can't help talking about my children because I'm currently doing research. And what they often tell me is that when I tell them, oh, I'm busy with work, and they say, yeah, we know you're busy with work. And I say, no, really, I am busy with work. And they say, then how come every time you sit at the table, we get a cat video, or we get a joke, or we get some kind of funny meme or something which you find and you just send it to us. So actually, I admit that is a distraction for me. So what do? I like to keep my mobile phone as far as possible, but every time I need to get up, I just can't help taking a peek at it. So we all have our distractions, and that could take us also away from what we need to do. But just between us, I'm working on that distraction. So now, what do we do to stay motivated? Be kind to ourselves, number one. When I talk about being kind, accept the fact that we are experiencing distractions. Accept the fact that there is a crisis around us. And another way that we are able to handle how we are able to maintain our motivation is to manage time better, like I mentioned. Take breaks. Breaks helps. But to make sure those breaks are really refreshing ones, not the breaks that you would take because you just want to send a quick message or you want to check whether the order from Amazon has left. So those are things that can wait, but take breaks that will really make you feel good about that break. Personal motivators. When I think about personal motivators, I think of one motivator which always works for me. Every time I'm busy with some work, I tell myself, you complete this set of work and you can actually sing and relax at the end of this, after you finish your work. Okay, now this is a small activity that I would call environmental strength analysis. Now, this is just to help us know how we can actually utilize the wonderful support system we have around us. Each of us we have, whether you may be conscious or not, there are people who will definitely be very supportive. Now, this is to help us reach goals. For this purpose, I just want you to make 4 columns. 4 columns. And on the first column, I want you to write the goal. Second is the type of support needed. The third one is who can help me with this requirement. And the fourth one is companionship support. Okay, I want you to take 3 minutes of your time, and I want you to write 3 goals that you have. The first one is the most important, the second one not so important, and the third one is the last of the 3 goals. This is not going to be discussed, so you can be as free as you wish to when you're writing down the names and how you believe that you can get the support you need to achieve these goals. Now, this is one activity, if you actually think about it, which it can help you. When we talk about motivation and productivity, it's not complete unless you decide to look at yourself in a more positive manner. And when I talk about positive manner, it's about competition. We're all faced with competition all around. It could either be due to work, it could be about what we have. But all said and done, you are the biggest competitor that you have in your life, no one else. And the rest, if you're going to focus your competition on those around you or in your life, you're very sadly mistaken, because it's going to not help you reach your potential. So the first step would be in understanding that you are your biggest competitor. Because the moment I started pushing myself into doing things that I believe I can do, I realized the effect that I was able to get from my own action with regard to my own life was absolutely amazing. I would like you to all focus on the fact that we are our greatest competitors, and we find what is our niche, what is our USP. The second one in your journey in achieving what you need to is design your direction. Fine, you have made these steps. You have said, these are my qualities that sets me apart. How do I achieve them? What is the direction I need to take? All of you can already start on how you will achieve your goal. So if it is to be a writer, just start writing. A lot of the time we are afraid that we will be laughed at, or a small negative voice in our mind tells us, oh, you're no good, what can you write? Just shush the negative voice and write what you wish to. That's the first step you can do. So first of all, you make a list of the things that you know you're very special and you are very skilled at. Number 1. Number 2, how do you go about it to achieve them? Number 3, build it on the belief that you have and the dedication. And that is something, again, that will have to come from you. If you're going to expect appreciation, encouragement, and someone always telling you, oh, you're doing great, no, that may not happen. At some point in life, you may have that encouragement, but that is not something that you can expect lifelong. No, it has to come from you. So you will need to decide that you have the belief, yes, silence the negative voice, be totally dedicated to your goal, being certain that this is what you want to do and this is how you're going to achieve it. So time management, that is another area that you will need to kind of focus on. And then, of course, last but not least, staying fit. When you talk about staying fit, it is about self-care. We all love our families. But how many of us really love ourselves? Unfortunately, a lot of us tend to put a lot, our family, everyone before us, and we think about our requirements, our needs. Because if you need to help anyone, you have to be well, you have to be fit. And it's also important for your state of mind that you respect yourself. Unless you respect yourself, no one else will. So these are things that I believe would truly help us move forward, take us forward during crisis, and even when the matters, everything, the entire scenario becomes a lot more calm, serene, if not exactly the way how it had been before. It would still be a time which is going to be challenging for us, and question our beliefs and understanding about motivation and about productivity. And what you believe productivity means to you and what motivation means to you can be very different from someone else. When you are aiming big, you would help yourself get elevated by improving and working hard on the areas that need help. So this is what I would like to conclude with. Do visualization, give positive affirmations to yourself regarding your goal, regarding how you will be overcoming the challenges you have today and how you will achieve success.